welcome to the podcast. I think this is episode season 4. Oh, I've been out of this for way too long. So I have my amazing little brother with me today, Q. Hey, welcome to the show, Q.
Hello, hello. How are you? Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being on. This is about to be so much fun because I feel like what we have to talk about is like right up your alley. So I'm going to start off with an icebreaker.
Okay.
And my first question is, if you had to be stuck on an island with 3 zodiac signs that's not your own, who would you choose?
Hmm. Three zodiacs that aren't my own. I could go, ooh, this is interesting. I could go just fire signs and throw a little air sign in there. I could go the other three mutables. Or mutable, yeah. Then the Virgo would be there. Okay, so I'm gonna pick the Gemini first. Gemini's gonna be first.
Because
That's,
that's our
our
sister
sister
sign.
sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Now, do I want to say definitely not Pisces? I was gonna say Pisces because that's our water mutable, but they be getting on my nerves. So
Is it?
probably hmm
I never knew
Pisces
that.
is yeah. So it would be. I was gonna say Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini. But I'm thinking it'll be Gemini, Leo, and
Ooh.
honestly, I'll probably go Libra or Aquarius. I'll go Aquarius for that last take. That's tough.
I'm surprised you said Leo. As I'm sitting here with a whole sad shirt on. I'm surprised you went
Leo's
Leo.
my rising.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
That's weird because Sag is my sun and my rising. But I have a Gemini
Oh.
moon.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Gemini Moon. Sag is like half my chart. More than half, I think.
And my Venus is in Scorpio.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't like them
It's so weird.
Scorpios. I didn't like
Well,
them Scorpios.
you don't have Scorpio on your chart?
Mm-mm. I only have like one water on my chart and like
Really?
something in Pisces. I only have two things in air, and they're both in Libra.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't have a. Most of my chart is Sagittarius. My sun, my moon, and then the first five planets, and Pluto.
Okay. Now I gotta go
Yeah.
look back at that. So now that we have talked about that, right? So do
Mhm.
you believe in like what they say about zodiacs? Or do you think it's fake or like made up?
Like to a degree, like because the history behind it is more so for tracking seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people born under this period, and in this season would have XYZ traits, but it'd be more so about again like harvest season and stuff. So I think it does have some truth to it, but as we understand it, like we know that there's a lot more planets and things that you have to consider. Like when you talk about like your zodiac sign, like your sun, your moon, you have your rising, you have all these other planets and celestial bodies, but most people just know like your sun. They might know their big three, but most people don't. So I feel like I take it into account like you would like a Myers-Briggs or like a numerology or whatever. Like it's a factor of who you are, but not like the entire story because one, most people don't know their entire astrology, and then two, it's like what do we like? Do we really believe everything that's really like out there based on the planets and the stars and mm,
Who's gonna be howling at the moon for nothing? So
yeah.
sometimes you'll be like, yeah, I can see why you act like that. Okay, so I got one other icebreaker question, and then we're gonna move on to my
Period.
question. Um, If money
Oh,
wasn't an
okay.
object, what would you do with your life?
Disappear. Nobody would see me or find me
You didn't
nowhere.
know.
And it's not good enough because people could still reach out to me. Look, I would, all traces of me would be gone. Y'all would not see me, find me nowhere. The people that would know where I am, it probably had to be some kind of like continual, y'all either got to live with me, like y'all can't leave either, or y'all got to like off yourselves after y'all, have
You in a
interacted with me.
compound.
Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah, I mean, that would be nice. What
And
about
this is
you? What
where,
how you?
wait, so if you disappear, what you gonna do? Are you gonna
Mm,
be creative and be like, have like a different name and just put your art out? Like, how does that work? Are you just hiding?
hmm. See, I don't even know. I think if I couldn't create stuff if I disappeared. I'd have to like I'd have to go out like Daft Punk. Like everything I had to do would have to be a mask on. But it would be dope to like create in that regard. Like it's just this person that's creating and funding these black ideas and whatever for people. That would be
Or you could be like, what's the guy from Neptune that you see for real, but you don't never see the other guy?
Chad.
It's Chad. I'm like, who the hell is Chad?
Well, Chad. Yeah, Chad.
I never seen
he.
him like ever.
Well, I mean, I think he was trying to be ducked off before Pharrell did him a little dirty, but
Ooh, see, I didn't know about that.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's like a thing of like Pharrell was using the Neptune's work as his, and Chad wasn't getting the credit, or Neptunes weren't getting the credit.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
He just gonna disappear, y'all. We'll
mm,
never see him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
cause you popped out and
what
showed
about you
niggas.
though? What would you?
I will be traveling, to be honest.
Hmm, is there like a top three, top five places you would hit first?
Paris used to be on my list, but now they just say it's like New York.
Hmm,
Um,
okay.
but I don't know. Now I don't know. But then
Paris.
you have to take into account like which countries really like black people.
It ain't many.
It's not many.
You can't, not even all of them in Africa. So
Yeah,
that would be fun.
yeah.
I mean, you could do, I feel like you would enjoy Africa, like a lot of countries. There's like a lot of natural beauty there. Um, yeah, that would be, would you
I
go to
do want
like
to go to
this, like
Portugal.
the Portugal? What's there?
I have
Like,
no
what's
idea.
there? I think they have like really good seafood. Like, that's one of their big things.
I was gonna say Barcelona because I love the Cheetah Girls, but I heard they
It's
racist up in Barcelona too.
yeah. I would be saying the food in Europe is good, like in European countries is good, but then you hear black people and they be like, unseasoned. So
Yeah,
I
cause
don't,
how y'all come all the way to America for spices and y'all ain't spice not nothing?
nothing.
How?
The whole
How?
world was colonized for spices,
And y'all don't season
spices.
nothing but salt and pepper.
But the other countries like in the UK, they be all the other cultures be seasoning their food, just not the Brits.
I don't.
They
Yeah,
got
cause I heard some.
curry,
I
the
heard
Caribbean food,
they have something called like beans and bread or something. Toast.
beans on toast.
See, I do want to
Hmm.
go to London, but I just like I don't want to eat that.
You gotta Keith Lee's doing the food tour in London right now. Go
They
watch
about
a couple of his videos.
they about to go for his head.
You yeah. The video that
They
I watched today, I don't think he rated anything above a six. But
out of
he's
a
posted
10.
like 3 videos.
I'm about to go on Instagram.
Yeah.
Damn. But my thing with him is, you go to these places, but you don't want to get out of the car.
Oh, he was in
Every
a restaurant this time.
Oh, because I know when he came to
hmm
DC, I think the only place he went into was the Ethiopian place.
Because they recognize him. He don't want them to like do different stuff because it's him, you know.
Yeah,
Like if
but
Beyonce walked in a
also,
restaurant,
oh, she shut it down.
yeah, and they gonna give her the everything gonna be fresh and hot and da-da-da-da. They do the same thing for him.
Oh, wait,
Because
wait.
he had to stop doing that because he did that at the beginning of his like food review journey, and then I think he had to stop putting his name on orders because putting Keith Lee meant, oh, a review coming our way. Let's make sure it's tip top, customer service on point. Yeah, that was actually a trick with people. Like when he visited Atlanta, they would just like put Keith Lee on it so that you get the best food and good service because normally you don't get that in Atlanta.
Damn it, man.
Oh yeah, enough.
Would you move to
Mm-mm. No, thank you.
Atlanta?
Hard
Visit?
pass. Mm. Yeah, it's been a while since I visited. I'd visit another once for like a weekend or something.
It's
Hmm.
been a minute now. It's been a minute.
When's the last time
All
you've
right.
been?
Ooh, what
I
year
think it
was
was like
that?
2011 for me.
Maybe like 2016, 2017. This one I
Yeah,
had like
it
my
ain't
red
really.
car. It was just a lot of
Yeah,
traffic.
it's only gotten worse.
Yeah, because
So
everybody moving there.
yeah,
All
I'm
right.
good. Hard pass.
So I'm gonna come back to you for another thing before we get to one of our main topics. So
Oop.
I want to know, because you know we're in 2025 now. What did
Mhm.
2024 teach you?
Mm, what did 2024 teach me? Mm, don't waste your time on these niggas. Period. That's it.
Hey, I'm weak. That's facts though. That's facts. I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, yeah,
I don't
that's
really have
fair.
anything else. And I mean that in a lot of ways. Niggas you dating, niggas you at work with, niggas, I don't
Just
know. I don't know. Don't let them waste your time. Where does
period.
that come from? This one dude I don't know. It definitely wasn't dating, talking to,
Mhm.
situation shipping with, I guess you want to call it that.
Mhm.
Um, he definitely gave like wasting my time energy, but I caught on to that quick. So I was like, I'm not wasting my time. I'm gonna also waste your time. So we had a nice little 4 months of playing with each other.
I love it. You gave reciprocal energy, as you should. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, he thought he was playing with me, but I was playing harder. And I'm actually waiting on the day to tell him that I was like 3 steps ahead of you, but I want him to come crawling back first. And I'm just waiting for that day. Cause,
I love it.
yeah,
King Petty.
King Petty. Yeah. And then in like other ways, don't wait for people. Don't wait around for your ideas and put things on hold for other people because and I've been seeing this a lot lately on. I know you're not on TikTok, but you should really get on TikTok.
They allow people
Um,
on TikTok now?
yeah, it's back on the App Store again and Google Play Store. So, it's
I'm never getting no work done.
with Michael Jackson. He said whenever he got an idea for a song, he had to act on it quickly because if he didn't, Prince would get the idea. So it's like this. spiritual thing of like the shared consciousness and like if you want to go deeper, the Akashic records, like all of that, like all of us like have the same ideas and just like the creatives in the world. If you don't act on your stuff, somebody else will. And I've actually seen that, whether it's been things that I've been like thinking about for like creative ideas, for like things I'm on like reviews on music, or even tweets where it's just like I literally thought about doing that and then I didn't. A couple weeks later, boom, somebody else did it. And there it is, getting all the love, all the reposts, all the likes, all the whatever. It's not about that, but just like, you know, trust and believe in yourself that if you got an idea for something, that it means something.
So, is that something for everybody you this year?
Mm,
Come
debatable.
on. You are, I really think you are the most creative out of maybe all of us, even though, I don't know, people don't know, but it's like four of us, siblings
Mm,
wise. I think I mean, you're also like the smartest one, but sorry,
mm,
sorry to the other two. But I think you got a gift that you are sitting on, and I need you. I need
mm.
you. You that
I'm a
one.
thinker. If I could be a like a producer or director, I think I would love to do that because I just be having. And I thought about getting into writing because that's a lot more like you can just sit and think about stuff instead of like,
Like
having to go
screenwriting,
shoot something, all of that. Writing, period. I don't know what it's
author.
gonna be, but maybe not author. For more like film or like even comic book type stuff. We'll see. I don't know.
I won't push you, but I'm always in full support.
Oh
Always.
yeah. But wait, hold on. What's
That was
yeah,
tea.
don't just flip this on me, you know.
I'm not doing nothing. This is my
Hmm.
creative project right now. Getting back into
Okay.
podcasting. I'm trying to get acclimated with video because I've
Mm,
never done video. And I did listen. I have like so many ideas. I want to be an author. I want to be like Issa Rae and different things. Like it's just too
mm.
much. And I'm like, girl, I need the money. Where's the coins? Shit.
Look, them coins ain't gonna come for a while. Well, actually, a lot of that has changed now with YouTube and TikTok.
Hmm.
The coin can come a lot quicker, but big coin like that, I'm gonna just be patient. I already know. I'm gonna be yeah. I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
because
So
Issa
right
Rae's
now,
been doing this for a while, right?
listen.
How many
Yes.
years?
Since no, even before Adventures
Even
of an
before
Aqua
Aqua
Black
Black
Girl.
Girl, yeah.
She had the one with the her college roommates that they did one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch that series, but the Misadventures of Aqua Black Girl, I was howling. Okay, and
Mm,
I love how. Okay, so I didn't need to talk about this. I love how the people that we saw in the Misadventures of Aqua Black Girl were in
mm-hmm.
Insecure, and it's something like that, and kind of like the Wayans family dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like that. Like she created a table for other people, and like the Wayans family created that table,
Mm-hmm.
and then people branched out. Like Jim Carrey, he started on In Living Color,
Mm-hmm.
then he got into acting. Even J Lo went to acting. I think she's a great
Oh,
actress. Singing not so much, but I love her as an actress, depending on
I
the
do not
movie.
like her.
I'm gonna have to edit this out. But there were so many people in Living Color that branched out. Like he put his
Mm-hmm.
whole like all his whole Damon was it Damon put his whole family on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be like that. They getting inducted into I forgot what it is, but they get inducted to in some type of Hall of Fame. I have to
Hall
send
of
it to you
Fame.
later.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Because, I mean, the whole family is, they're like,
Even the kids.
yeah, the kids are grown, which is crazy. Like, but yeah, like, it's crazy to see that, like, we were watching them growing up, in
Hmm.
Scary Movie and stuff. Like,
Marlon crazy ass.
that's
Marlon is
where I
charming.
remember them from, like, their bread and butter. And even, like, what's her name? They got played Cindy, Anna Faris or something like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
That was her first time acting, period. Scary Movie 1.
Damn.
Yeah.
We used to watch them. That and Scream. I used to hate Scream.
I don't remember Scream at all.
Just the mask, all I remember. But yeah, those are my
Hmm.
in regards to like putting people on. But the not in Living Color was what basically made us start having a Super Bowl, right? Like people
Mm-hmm.
would leave the game and then go to watch In Living Color. I was like, yo, we gotta
Yep.
do. We need to do a documentary on the Wayans. Let's do that.
They don't have one?
I don't think
They
so.
need one.
They definitely need one. I'm gonna have to
It's
do
gonna
a
have to be
ghetto
a
version for
series though.
YouTube.
I mean, look, do you know how many other millions and billions of videos is on YouTube? Child, just do
You
it.
right.
And it's a lot of
All right.
like other like stuff like that, like little short films or mini docs that people create.
Yeah, I
I
just
say
want to do
go
a little
for it.
minute though. We'll see. We'll see. This brain of mine has ideas, but I don't have the time or the money. Like I'm tired.
That part.
Lord, give me some more funds this year so I can quit my part-time job and be at my creative bag. So you brought up Beyonce, and our girl won Album of the Year finally,
Mm,
and she won Best Country Album, and she's also going on
mhm,
tour.
mm.
Thoughts on any of that?
Beyonce, we can't afford it right now. We know you didn't got all these Grammys, girl, but these last three didn't need you to push the prices up that bad. But actually,
The resale tickets wasn't prices are not that bad, but them pre-sale.
honestly, the Beehive pre-sale was the ones that was bad, and I only know because my friend called me and showed me, and I was like, "You out your mind?"
No, they was bad.
Yeah. Um. Mm-mm. But I think she definitely deserved Album of the Year. This should have been her fifth, if I'm not mistaken. I Am Sasha Fierce, then Beyonce, Lemonade, Renaissance, Cowboy Carter. That should have been her fifth, in my opinion. But it's cool.
I don't know if I agree with this being her. This should be her fifth. I just feel like album of the year should have been one this year. Like this should not have been the album that won it.
Oh, really?
No,
You don't think so? Why is
I
that?
think I think B Day should have won, and that's going.
Really?
B Day was B Day. People still
I don't know
play
what
B
B Day was
Day.
up. I don't know what B Day was up against though.
Yeah, I don't know all the way back then, but I definitely think Beyonce self-titled for how she released that
Mm-hmm.
definitely should have won. Um, Lemonade should have won.
Mm-hmm.
But also, when we think about B Day, right? That was technically she released an album. She released a video from every single song on the album,
Mm-hmm. That was
so
her
she's
first.
really
Yeah.
not new to this at all.
Yeah.
Because I
And
remember
now,
business.
now look,
Oh,
she ain't giving us no videos.
not nail one, not till Act Three drop. Come on, rock album. I'm going. I'm going. Are you going to the concert? You trying to go? I
If
want
I
to
can
go.
afford it, I'm gonna be
I
standing from
really
the
want to
parking lot
go.
listening. But yeah,
Blackbird
I
singing from the parking lot.
very much that. Very much. Maybe not even that. I like if those that are on TikTok, you know what to do. I
Not
watched
live
the
streaming
entire
the
Renef.
win.
I watched every. Well, I didn't watch, but every time I got on TikTok, Renaissance World Tour, if it was live that night, it surely was being live streamed. Yep, I'll be there. Surely will.
No, I really gotta go. I haven't, as much as I am a fan of Beyonce, I have to be. I've never been to a Beyonce concert,
Yeah.
so I'm like, I need to go. I need to be in the midst of her artistry and within that community. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Who do you? I have some people that want to go. I'm just like,
hmm
look, I don't even know if I'm going right now, but I don't really know who's gonna be
Surprisingly
with me
enough,
either. Hmm.
listen, I'll go with you. Surprisingly enough, my niece, Kai is like, TT, I love the album. I want to go to the store. And I'm like, you listen
Mm-hmm.
to the album? She's like, yeah, I love it. So I'm like, oh,
Period.
okay.
It's
I
a
didn't know.
album of the year.
It is. It was a good. I was listening to it the other day. Um, Something didn't work out in my plans. I was trying to go somewhere because it was a rodeo themed like house party,
Mm-hmm.
but my plans didn't work out. But I was in there jamming. I was like, oh, I forgot she hit Italian opera, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, Beyonce. I said, yeah, she should have definitely won.
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's a good
one of
album.
those albums that's like when we come back to it in 10 years, 15 years, we have kids, not in my plans. But, we could show them this album and it'll still like be relevant. It'll still hit the same.
You got a top five songs from the album?
Sweet Honey Buckin', number one. Two
Ooh,
Hands to Heaven, Bodyguard, Alligator Tears, Desert Eagle.
ooh. See,
Yeah.
I think mine would be different. Let me go look at the track
Maybe
list.
16 Carriages instead of Alligator Tears, but
You,
yeah.
my top five. Number one for me would be
Ooh,
Protector. I love
interesting.
that. It speaks to my inner child. And then hearing Rumi at the beginning, like, can you sing the lullaby song, please? I'm just like,
Mm,
girl, please. So
interesting. Okay.
it would be Protectors number one. Number two, Yaya.
I love Yaya. I get that.
Th- Three, it will be Tyrant.
Interesting. That's up there for me. Good. Okay.
So then it gets interesting because no, it's four. I'm definitely putting Too Much on it, and
Mm,
five, I'm putting Sweet Honey Buckin'.
okay. Well, Too Much Won it won a Grammy as well.
Shout out to Miley. I love that song. It's just I don't know. Everybody loves Two Hands to Heaven, and it's like it. I, but it's just like okay,
The
girl.
second half does it.
No, but I like the switch. I think because everybody likes it, I'm just like, but Two
Hmm.
Most Wanted, honey,
Mm.
bring it. I
I
love that
like
song.
it. I don't know. That I like that. It's just that into Levi's jeans that I'm not a Levi's jeans. Levi's jeans at the bottom of the list for me.
Why you don't like Post?
I'm not opposed. Mm-mm. Get him out of here.
Okay. How do you feel about the song Spaghetti?
I like it. It's not like hmm. Like I like the meaning of it and some of the lyrics, but it's also like a little odd, like placement wise, like in the album.
Okay,
Like it
I was
makes
gonna
sense in the grand
say
scheme of it.
okay. I
You
was
don't like
gonna
it?
say it's something with her rap that I'm just like, who wrote this? Who helped you write this? They could have did
Jay
better.
Z.
They could have did better at some
Jay
point in
Z.
that. But I like it. But I'm like, yeah, it gave elementary.
Her and Jay Z wrote that. But also consider that I think she wanted it to be a little elementary for the pale folks. Like getting the message that like
You know
this
I don't like
genre.
to edit, right?
I mean, I just said pale.
Okay, go ahead.
That like what you're creating is one plain Jane spaghetti, not even no sauce on it. And then two, like it's also the whole genre bending thing, but also like the spaghetti westerns that weren't filmed in the West. They were filmed in like Italy or something like
Mhm.
that, or Spain or something, somewhere in Europe, because it was cheaper. So it's like you got these people that are not even American country creating country music, and that's fine. But me from Houston, whole family
Ben,
country,
ben
hmm,
country.
yeah.
Daddy
So
from Alabama. That's hella
yeah,
country.
but it's definitely Jay Z raps the same way with Sweet Honey Buckin', the Buckin' part Jay Z wrote. AOTY ain't win. I ain't something about them. I feel like he wrote that. I don't know why, but that just seems like a Jay-Z bar.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Because I was listening to Ape Shit, and he said something about the Grammys 0-8, and I was like, hold on, wait a
Fuck that
minute.
0 for 8 shit. Tell the
Yeah, tell the
Grammys,
Grammys, fuck that 0-8 shit. Have you ever seen a crowd going ape shit? Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. That's in another song of his too. But yeah, anytime Drip Intravenous, what's the Alien Superstar? Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Yep. It just gives Jay. I don't know if Jay-Z wrote that. I know Jay-Z. That's Jay-Z.
Our other Sagittarius.
Because
Okay.
Beyonce would never write about some stuff. Drip Intravenous. She likes to sing about, sex appeal and how she's that girl. And she is.
She is that girl. Shout out to Beyonce. I've been loving her since Bills.
Yeah, shout out to her Grammy win, that album of the year win. More to
Finally.
come, hopefully.
Um,
Right. That might be the here you go, girl. No more.
it really felt like because Jay-Z called them out last
Yeah.
year, but who knows? And also shout out to Blue because Blue looks so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Do I got anything else to say about Cowboy Carter? No, I do like her. I do like American Requiem and Amen. How
Mm-hmm.
that kind of like wraps around. I love how she talked about her her granddad on her dad's
Mm-hmm.
side being a bootlicker.
Yeah.
I don't
Bootlegger.
know. Yeah, sorry, my
I have a
retainer
question for you. It's a tour
question.
question. What do you think she's gonna open with? And now
Mm.
she may not open with anything at all from Cowboy Carter because, that's just her. I've been seeing, of course, American Requiem.
I was thinking about daddy lessons.
I would. That's what I want to see because when she did that with
She
the
gonna
Dixie
do it,
Chicks, yeah,
and she was
yeah.
pregnant with the twins.
Oh, she was pregnant there.
She just won't show it yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know if Daddy Lessons gonna open it up, but I definitely feel like it's gonna get played.
I saw someone predict that she's gonna open with video phone. Listen to the intro of video phone, and you're gonna be like, huh.
The one with Gaga or
Mm-hmm. It has a very
oh,
like
cause it has like a westerny
shoddy
feel.
wood tone. Yeah, that like yep,
Hmm.
yeah. Or like she might use that somewhere in there. But I was like, that's a really good like connection. And because I don't listen to I Am Sasha Fierce a lot, that would have never crossed my mind.
You know what you just reminded me of? The Drunken Love remix.
The
I don't know if you
remix.
have. Yes, it got Kanye West on it,
Huh?
and she had like visuals like a cow. Look it up.
Interesting.
Look it
Interesting.
up, cause it's slowed down.
Okay.
When we get off, go look at it. Go look at it.
Hmm. Yeah, she gonna do something, and she gonna pull back from all her old albums and maybe even Destiny's Child days. So
I was gonna say I wonder because they were showing them in the Bugaboo commercial with their cowboy gear on and stuff.
I would love to see that live.
I would love to see them on the stage together.
Act
See
three. That's my thing. I
Extra
hope they
going to
come out for Act
Houston.
three. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that would be good.
Act
But
three, DC three. That's like a hopefully.
I did. Hmm. Well, we can't get another album out of them under that stage name.
They gonna use Girls Time. Didn't they? Yeah, I feel like they could. Or something else, like they might just use their actual names, like they did on that last project they did in like 2019 or something. 2020.
But I mean with Latoya and Latavia too.
Oh, now that'll be interesting. She would. I feel like she would bring them out. I have a theory that this tour is so, I don't want to say short, but it's so few dates because she's bringing people with her. But I was thinking it was going to be the country people from the album, like the Shabuzi, Tanner Adele, Brittany Spencer, maybe. But
I mean, she's known to have surprises.
hmm
I mean, look at
yeah,
Beachella. She brought out Jay, Solange, Michelle, and Kelly.
yeah,
And I love how
mm.
I don't know why I thought about this, but I just realized she's going to Houston to the same stadium she was in for Christmas, and she had My House. I said, wait a minute now, Beyonce, stop playing.
Oh,
It's her house for real.
yeah. I'm trying to think who she brought out a lot of people for Renaissance. Meg, Kendrick, Doechii, DJ Khaled. Uh, didn't Little Wayne perform
I don't know if
somewhere?
she brought out all of them. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
I
LA
know about
tour,
Kendrick.
Diana Ross.
Oh yeah, because Diana wished her happy birthday.
hmm
Damn, I missed her birthday too. I'm going to this concert. Listen, I don't care.
Yeah. My
I
friend
don't
said you
care.
kind of have to study like how she does her concerts and like where she does it big. So like Houston, NOLA, and now LA is always big since she lives there now. Um,
But she ain't even going to New Orleans this time.
right.
Look, I can't travel that far, okay? Because you know
Ish.
they price gouge when she's going tour.
Yeah. And did they, I don't know if they've released what she's doing in Vegas yet either, have they?
I think her ass gonna be in that Sphere.
I hope not. It
I
doesn't seem
think
like it's
so.
big enough. I
I
could be
don't, well,
wrong though.
she was on the Sphere for that Verizon commercial, and she released Cowboy Carter.
No.
I mean, and it's
He,
a new venue too.
it is, yeah. Someone, it can definitely give residency, whether it's here or somewhere else. I just,
See,
it needs to be somewhere where there's a lot of seats so that the tickets don't be too expensive because I
or
just
she
know they're
going
going to be
to that
expensive.
the Mercedes Benz Stadium for the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. She could
I
do
mean,
that.
that's new too. So,
Yep. She was just there whenever last time anyway. She can go
hmm
back.
and I'm telling what this lady about to do. We're gonna rack our minds. All right, let's
Oh,
get
Lord.
into our hot
Mm.
topic. Our other Grammy Award winning Pulitzer Prize brother.
Mm.
Well, he's also a Gemini, so
Mm-hmm.
right in our sister sign, Lamar. He swept the Grammys this year.
Mm.
Drake is down bad 2 Sundays in a row. That's all I can say.
Good. Good.
So we're gonna talk about his halftime performance, and I cannot wait to hear what you have to say. So I'm gonna let you have the floor because I tried my
Oof.
best not to listen to other people talk about it. So I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna share my takes.
I have a lot. I don't know where to begin.
Did you like it?
Um, yeah, I loved it for sure. It definitely, I mean, if you're a Black American, it didn't really require too
Much
much
thought? No, some of them.
analysis,
We saw how Harriet had to leave some slaves behind.
but
We know
yeah,
why.
some people just want to be entertained, and you know, the NFL is enough entertainment. I think, just turn that brain on for a good 13 minutes. But I like that it was the whole American game concept, like kind of because it's the double entendre. Like his job, at least for that 13 minutes, was to do something revolutionary enough that some folks gonna get it and some folks not. And by the time they get it, it's gonna be too late. And I think he did that. Like, you have a game within a game. The NFL is probably thinking, oh, we got Madden, we got a whole whatever. They don't, but it was so much more. So obviously, you got like the four stages, and I think it was interesting that one of the stages and only one of the stages wasn't meant to be performed on top of. It was meant to be performed like inside of the X stage. You know.
I haven't thought
So
about that.
oh yeah. um I like the use of like the different lights. I think it probably could have been like different, and the lights were like when it said like wrong way or game over, like the loading percentages in the beginning. That little piece in the beginning, like or in the middle of the buttons, that like where he was like running up and down, it was supposed to be a loading bar,
Hmm.
like for a game. Like that was a nice little touch. Um,
Wait. In between the four stages, that was
like
a
that
loading
grace,
bar?
supposed to be clever, right? Like it's, I mean, and I don't think there's some things that you couldn't see because the pyrotechnics weren't able to be utilized because of Trump.
Forget
So
that
like
damn
some stuff
orange
would,
color.
but yeah. Um, do you want me to stop there? Do you want me to?
No, keep going. Keep
Okay,
going. Cause now I'm about to
I'll
play it. Cause I need to see this little bar in the middle. Cause I thought it was something else.
I mean, it doesn't look like a loading bar, but like that's what it's like, that it represent like a loading bar, since the whole thing is centered around gaming. But yeah, his performance. So I'm gonna jump there. His breath control, crazy, crazy work. Like he's running up and down the football field, rapping. Like anyone that has been on a stage to sing knows it takes a lot of work just standing there singing, let alone like you're walking, you're running, you're doing choreography. And for a rapper to be doing this is, I don't want to say unheard of, but for a male rapper, it is. Like male rappers do not put that level of effort into maintaining their breath control so that they can sound good on stage. He didn't have any backtracks. His vocals were, and I mean, there's parts where obviously, you
He
know,
has them.
a voice. It's not him because you can't the entire time. You got to get catch your breath at some points, but when he's rapping, he's rapping. There's no behind him playing just in case he doesn't know the words or just in case he needs to catch his breath some more because he doesn't have his control. It's like he knows his words. He knows how to take the breaks. And if, again, you know how to sing, you know how to rap, you know that in your lyrics, there's certain places where you can take a break more naturally. And he did that very well. SZA was lip syncing, period. That's all I can say, period. That's it. um,
Child.
Yeah. She Her first note on Luther was her. I believe that was her for sure. And then you can definitely tell it was lip syncing. And then she came back in, and I was like, this is just the posing. I hate it. When she was doing the posing, um, at the end of Luther, and I think at the end of All the Stars, I was like, these dramatic, like, girl, please stop. Like, just do the lyrics. You got the spotlight right now. Say that for a GNX tour. The background dancers, simple. It was very like, I don't know. I mean, it's very Kendrick, that Kanye like era type dancer, like where it's just like it almost feels like you're at a fashion show where they're just like kind of walking around, not doing much, just in and out type of thing. The nice touch that I did like that was the voiceover that the background dancers, like the four female background dancers in all white, the To Pimp a Butterfly like voices that they kind of had as their voiceovers. So like, was it King Kunta? I think is like where their voice is. I think the first time we hear him on that album, but it's a nice little touch, nice little callback. Um, Look, I'll stop there. I haven't gotten to any of the symbolism. I'm just talking about the performance yet, but yeah.
I want you to keep going. I just
Oh
have
Lord.
my question is in regards to the four in all white. They're the only four women in all white, and I wonder why.
Hmm.
So my theory is because we see them when it comes to the quote unquote diss track towards Drake, right? So
Hmm.
I'm like, are they supposed to be representing like Serena, SZA, who was Holly Berry? Because he Drake did them three wrong, and maybe
Mm.
Megan or just black women in period,
Mm.
or do they have another type of symbolism?
That's interesting. I didn't think about them at all though. Like in the scope of like the white like color because we know the red and blue has like other obvious meanings and obviously the red, white, and blue together has the other meanings with the flag. But yeah, them being the only ones in white and then the other people that are just like in all white, I don't really know like what their purpose is other than being a peanut gallery. But that's what I thought the four girls were, just like the peanut gallery, like what folks are saying online and on Twitter or whatever. Like, Living's commentary. That's how I saw them.
That could be true. And then my other thought was because they are all white, they're pure, and then they're black women. And so he's trying to connect that, or
Hmm.
not even connect, protect black women. That was my thought behind it.
Okay. Hmm. I like that. And the other thing I want to say, because we're on the color scheme of the dancers, the only other time that we saw another color was at the very end during TV off when there's dancers wearing all black. That was the only other time. And I was like,
And I have
that's a
a note
really
on
interesting take.
it. What do you think it represents? Because I have a note.
So I honestly don't know. I had a lot of thoughts. I was like, so like the black people, like they're honestly like they're chilling. They're just like they're dancing, they're sitting on the stage, they're not doing much. I'm like, is this us like after the fact, like after we've done all the work of a quote unquote revolution? Is this us right now? Because we know after the whole voting stuff, we said we taking a step back. This ain't our problem, not our monkeys, not our circus. I was like, is that what it is? Or is it just like I don't know. I had so many thoughts. Like, is it just they just wanted to have some more people be out there on stage lit? Um, I mean, we wear all black to funerals, so maybe it was that after
Ooh.
Not Like Us. But yeah.
Now you made me think about, because you said they was just sitting there chilling. Is it how they want black people to be perceived as like lazy,
Lazy.
don't do no work?
Mm,
But my notes were for the people in all black. Are they the revolutionaries? Are they like the Black
mm,
Panthers?
mm. Yeah. I mean, that makes so much sense. Yeah.
But I think yours makes sense
But
too. Kendrick,
that's when the flag started coming out too. Like,
the Palestine flag.
yeah, we're talking about that
Well,
too.
he got tackled.
So I guess we could. I don't want. Maybe you don't start there. Do you want to start there? That's my like my last thing that I have on my list to talk about with
Tell me what you
symbols.
got. Just tell me all your things.
So I'm gonna start with Bodies, the song like that. It's freestyle, I guess. It's not really free. It's just an unreleased song. So while he's rapping that song, people get out the car, right? The first person to get out the car is someone that's wearing jeans and a white shirt. I don't
He
know if you
was
noticed
wondering
that.
what I did. I was like, they're doing a little saint dance when he's like going to his next song
So yeah. So my
to
thought
squabble up.
is
Yeah. Uh huh.
the and there's a varying number of people in denim jeans and white shirts throughout the entire performance. Those are his dead homies that are riding with him the entire way. Because like they hop at the GNX in the beginning, which we assume that K Dot pulled up in. We see them like kind of like get ahead of him when he's like doing his whole like after Humble like into DNA when they're going down that whole loading bar, like the little walkway, and then they
Mhm.
meet him down there for Man at the Garden. You see the one homie above like on a light post that's just like head up to the sky, like not really looking at anything. There's at the end during TV off, you can see them like just sitting on a light post, landing on a light post. It gave me like a you know how like you used to or we used to throw shoes together like on the light poles. Like it gave me like
Mhm.
a like that kind of feeling like shout out to the dead homies type of thing, like hood like culture traditions type of thing. But yeah, I was like, it's interesting that these are the only ones that we see wearing denim and white, and they're kind of like following him with him throughout the entire performance.
Mm.
And my other thought was that they were locked up, like they were in prison, but then that didn't make sense because my first time that I noticed them that they were in denim and white was during the X stage, and I thought that was supposed to be like like originally a metaphor for prison. So I was like, are they? So then I had to like redo the whole thing and like watch it from the beginning, like when they first popped up. So yeah, that's what I think they are. The jeans, white shirt is his homies, dead homies.
But see, okay, so I have to go back because I didn't like. I was like, why are they in jeans? And I didn't understand it, right? And then when he's
Hmm.
doing Man at the Garden, I'm looking at him like, okay, it's giving like. At first I said it was giving like barbershop quartet, but then I was like,
Mm.
he's in community on the corner with his boys, right? Hold on, let me go to
Hmm.
my notes. I got a
Yeah.
lot of notes. Um, I don't know. And then it kind of gave like how in like middle school, high school they'll make beats like on the counter or
Hmm.
like the lunch table. Kind of gave me that when they was doing Man at the Garden.
Yeah.
So and then they ran when Uncle Sam came.
Mm.
So it kind of gave me community when he was with them at the light post. But when they
Hmm.
was like showing the top when they was laying there, I was like, why are they up there?
Yeah.
So
And look, maybe the homies ain't dead. Maybe they are his homies. Like to your point, because Uncle Sam is also an Uncle Tom. So that means like he could have been a cop. He could have been like, oh, they seen a cop coming, let's run, like get away type. That's a good point.
but I don't know because then when Uncle Tom said deduct one life, that could have been his dead homies.
Yeah. Well,
What?
yeah, we'll get into that. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, what's your next one?
Well, the deduct one life, we that's the XXX Temptation thing
Hmm.
because the X was at the 30-yard line, X three times, XXX. And Peekaboo was already
Ooh,
suspected to be about Drake doing the whole setting X up for yeah, to be
I'm not deep in this
yeah.
rap beef enough.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And and it goes back even further. When did X? I mean,
I will say about the GNX, right?
mm-hmm.
I thought about it being a clown car, but then I thought about
Mm.
he took it back to LA culture with Tommy the Clown. It was a nod to Tommy the Clown for like his work in the community with like the kids dancing and stuff like that.
That's yeah, exactly. That's actually valid. Valid for real because the pop out they really leaned into that.
They really popped
So
out. I said, I don't know if you saw my story. I was like, Kendrick, where all these niggas come from? How you got all these niggas in the car?
and
Like they
not to
was really
mention
popping out, and I liked
the
it though.
the like 20 female dancers, they were
Right?
also in that car.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I'm gonna start from the beginning. So obviously Uncle Sam as Uncle Tom, because like, what does it mean to be black and a patriot? Like you to be too patriotic and too loving of your country. Like it's one thing to like let's say we're serving in the army, right? Like it's one thing for the army to be a means to an end. Like I need to have these bills paid. I need to go to school. I need to do whatever. Get a loan for a house. But then to be like in Uncle Sam, Samuel Jackson's role this whole time is like telling you, this is how you play the game. Like, don't do X, Y, Z. And it's so interesting because Samuel L. Jackson has been playing the game for 52 years, and he never won that Oscar either. So it's
Not even for
it,
Django.
and it reminded me of Ice Cube because I don't know if you know, Ice Cube was very critical of Kendrick during the rap beef. Ice Cube, Questlove, Young Thug was like all telling him like back down from the beef, squash it, don't make a scene, pretty much like you know same thing that Sam was saying throughout the entire show. Like This ain't the way to
Not
do it.
Night Ice Cube, Mr. No Vaseline himself.
Look, and that's why GNX was dropped the same day that Ice Cube dropped, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so like in the field, like so Sam's done both. Like he's done the film and TV acting, and he's still successful in the eyes of everybody. So like that's why he's like, talking down, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. But I think we're past the point of that, and I think that's what Kendrick was trying to, you know, get out. And like he said in Whacked Out Murals, old ass flows, trying to convince me that you their favorite. And that was the whole Ice Cube, Questlove, Young Thug, and others. Like we not we ain't gone too far. This is a whole cultural thing. It's not
Young
about
Thug
just
is a
this
weird
song and just
one.
this beef. Yeah, he was like, I think he wanted one of the ones that's like profiting off of more so. So he was like, if Drake stock go down, I stock going down, everybody we beefing with, they ain't making music together, type of thing. That's how I took it. But yeah, what's interesting about the Sam Jackson thing was his earliest works were black exploitation films,
Mm,
which were like popular at the time. So like it wasn't like you got popular off of doing this. It's like that's what work was. But it's so interesting that like it's the flip now. He's playing something that's so opposite that in this role, but something still so true in this role. Something similar to like his role in Django, you know?
the
Yeah.
Django
So
one. But also, you have to realize him playing the game. Sam grew up during like the marches with Dr. King and stuff like that. So he's
hmm
seen like all of that. He's been a part of it. Not like Black Panthers, but he's like
yeah.
he done some things during them protests.
He's seen segregation, like
Yeah,
period.
and after it.
Yeah.
But he know nothing ain't changed.
Mm.
For real, for real.
But and maybe that's the problem. And maybe that's the whole purpose of the halftime show. Like you've seen all this, you've seen the civil rights stuff or know about it at least. And here we are still 60 years later. We're maybe worse than we are or were then. Because baby, these rights,
They
the
rolling them joints
censorship.
back.
Okay. We don't even know what's next these days, but yeah. Um. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna jump down to the angels, the dead homies. I'm thinking. So I had
Mm-hmm.
this written down too. If you notice on Not Like Us, when all of the dancers drop, like they kind of like lie flat, like they did. The ones in the jeans don't. They stay up.
Mm-hmm.
They stay dancing. That's another like reason why I thought that they were like already dead, or maybe they were the homies that did the shooting.
I need you to expound on that one.
So like again, remember the ones that were like again in jeans, white shirt. So I'm like, if you look at the part of Not Like Us, I forgot what he says, or maybe it's TV off. Like all
No,
the
it's not
dancers
like
in
us.
all white, red,
Uh-huh.
and blue just drop. And I think it's like 8 or 9 that are in the center, like kind of in a circle, still kind of dancing to like while Kendrick singing. They're either like I think that they were the dead homies because they were still up and alive, moving around while everyone else was dead, or they're the ones that boom, boom, boom on the peoples.
Because
So
I,
like to your point, because like if they were his homies, like they riding with Kendrick, they riding for Kendrick, so they're gonna like
oh,
yeah.
they riding for the beef.
Yeah. So like honestly, I feel like either one of our theories is still viable.
Okay, I like that. I just remember that when they're going into, I forgot what song it is, but when they're coming off the stage from doing Humble, somebody in
Mm-hmm.
red is shooting at everybody
Mm.
else. And then the red and blue, all of them start to run. And then he just goes into his next song, but I can't think of the song right
Hmm.
now.
I need to rewatch that.
It's at like the 4 minute mark.
My last piece on the Angels is I done lost plenty friends, 16 to be specific. Put that on my kids' children. We gonna see the future first. And whacked out murals. Um,
So maybe
I
because it is
think
16 of them, so that must be the dead homie.
I think, but I feel like I've been counting more than 16 when I'm just like I've never gotten because they move around the entire time. So it's like you can never just like count eight on the light poles and then there's another eight somewhere. It's like there are eight here at this point, but then there's another however many somewhere else.
So I got it paused at Man at the Garden. He has
Okay.
8. No,
Like around
he
him.
he has 10 at the lamp pole.
Hmm.
Hold
And then
on,
I know
one,
there's
two,
one
three,
at the one like
5, 6,
one
7,
on the
8.
lamppost right above him.
So it got to be 6 lamp posts.
It's eight. See, that's the
It's
thing. There's
8 lamp
eight
posts.
lampposts total. Yeah, so I was like, I don't think it's 18, but I was like, if it is 16, like of them in jeans, then that's definitely the confirmation that it's the Angels, his dead homies, I guess.
Kendrick. All right, what else you got?
um, when he did Humble, the
Ooh, I
NFL
love
camera
that one.
angle is really bad. But it shows a very quick snippet because like all of the background dancers are like holding hands kind of thing. They're like wrapped around each other, but like not touching Kendrick. Just a
Hmm.
really quick, like nice shot, but it also shows like the black man, black people trapped in America, like all around us. It's like this red, white, and blue, this supposed to be proud of your country, love your country stuff, but it's Kendrick standing tall in the middle of all of that. When we're not supposed to be part of our country, when we're not supposed to be. It's kind of like this a double entendre there too, because it's like this country don't love us, and we really don't love it, but also we love being Black Americans. So
Okay. How do you feel
yeah,
about the divide in the flag?
I don't care.
Now,
It
you
was
don't
fine.
think it symbolizes anything?
I mean, it definitely symbolizes something, but it's just like I think it's there because, well, for obvious reasons, the divide in the country, but like I think artistically or from the producer standpoint, it makes more sense to like have it that way too. Like he stands out more because if you look at some of the background dancers, some of them aren't doing movements because it would limit how like it would obstruct Kendrick. Like the ones that are immediately, if you're looking at him to his right, they're doing like fist or like hand movement. So like a couple of them don't move so that Kendrick is seen fully. But I didn't think about it too much about like it being split that way. So divided
It's
country.
like I said, nation divided.
Period.
Interesting, interesting. I'm still trying to count the niggas on the lamppost, to be honest.
Okay, look, every time I watch that, I'd be counting in different angles. Um, and it's interesting. They're also in the peekaboo scene, but then they leave. Like they're in it for a little bit in the shot when the camera's panning around, and then they're not in there when all of them get into that one part of the X. He only picked out songs from Damn, like that's the furthest back he went. Everything else was G and X, or it wasn't an album at all. Like Euphoria, Not Like Us weren't on an album. Well, I guess where All the Stars was, but it's a soundtrack, so I'm not counting it. But it's like Damn was an album about the struggles of being a Black American in America. For those of us that don't listen to Kendrick, that's what it's about. That's the symbolism of like him picking DNA and Humble because those are the two tracks from that album that like talk about being black in America. Like people want him to go further back, but when he did Super Bowl 2022, he did um was it Backseat Freestyle or Mad City? I think Beyonce did all right when she was there. Like she danced to it. So like, I don't think he was ever gonna do like the songs that he's performed before that have been from the Super Bowl. And to be honest, are we gonna be all right? We really don't know.
I was gonna ask you how you like the track list, but when people, I kept hearing like they mad he didn't do All Right. I was like, first of all, he did it when he was at Dre's performance, but
Okay,
I'm
he did
also
do it there
like,
too. Okay, I couldn't remember.
yeah, but I was like, nigga, we're not all right. Do y'all not see what's happening in this country?
Yeah,
This is we're not celebrating right now.
yeah. And let's
That
all
y'all
right
niggas
came
go.
out before Trump's first term too. So like, let's keep that in mind as well. Mm,
Yeah, no, this was a wake up lesson. You be studying for real. You in the wrong business. I do like how in Humble, like when they're leaving, it's a march off, like
mm-hmm.
army. I was like,
Yeah.
hmm. But he did say that this time in the what is it, the bodies freestyle that
Mm-hmm.
God he said
It's favoring us this
God's
time.
gonna favor us this time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The, and when you get a chance to look at those lyrics, they're really interesting.
I realized I went so somebody shared a P Lang something like real in their
Mm-hmm.
story. So I went and followed P Lang, and then I was like, oh, this was in the trailer for the GNX album. He did the song,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and I was like,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. People think it's gonna
Kenny.
be on a deluxe,
He said lyrical exercise.
and that's a nod to Jay-Z. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Jay is nice. I don't know what he be doing with B, but Jay can spit if you really listen.
Jay can spit, but honestly, Kendrick might have him. Jay,
Nah,
my favorite rapper, but Kendrick is gonna
Kenny got
dethrone
him.
him.
Kenny
Yeah.
got him, and that's
Yeah.
why Jay picked him for this. And maybe
Jay
Jay picked
Jay-Z
him.
is so petty.
Jay picked him to wake black people up. To be
Yeah.
honest, I don't
Yeah.
even think it's about it being in Louisiana and Wayne. Like Wayne had. I'm about to send
Proud.
it Wayne. Okay.
Because why would they ever pick you, Little Wayne? Like
No, Wayne was a goat, and then he started. He been on them drugs too long.
Wayne ain't been a goat since Carter 4
I never
ish.
I never
Like
listened
the
to
Carter
Wayne
3 was his
albums.
pinnacle. And I did because of who I lived with. But that boy loved Lil Wayne. But little the Carter 3 was his pinnacle. And maybe I shouldn't say this on wax, but I feel like because we got Birdman at play, and we know that there's probably some of this with Jersey, and it happened. I wouldn't put it past them that they was buying extra albums from their own record label and passing it off as their own record sales. Because remember, Wayne did 1 million a week on Carter 3 the first week, and I was like, that is crazy. Like, was he that anticipated?
Back in those times, yes. Wayne was in his lyrical bag back then.
Well, baby, he done fell off. The fall from grace was
He
hard.
I don't. We might have to edit this out, but
It,
Wayne has been on drugs for a while.
oh, he was on drugs then. He was
Yeah,
rapping
his
about lean then.
the lane has kicked in all the way.
Hmm.
Help him. Help him.
Remember, he had seizures as well. Like,
Yes.
I think I was in high school when this happened, so it was a while ago.
It's
And
yes.
mm, child.
No, Wayne, I can say Wayne lyrically he used to have it.
Oh
Heck, I
yeah.
was listening to my nigga the other day, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, Wayne was
Wayne.
nice.
My thing with Wayne and rappers like Wayne is y'all are good because y'all can like you're good at like metaphors and like the flow of things. But hip hop is so much more than just rapping. Like it's some white people that can get on the track and do that, but we're not gonna call them hip hop artists. Are we? At least not all of them. Like, every
Called
now and then, like a
them.
Mac Miller, like an Eminem. Oh, I'm not gonna get into it. Um, but like, there is very little to no substance about like what they're talking about in the music, and I say they, it's like the Waynes, the Drizzies, and I think that's what Kendrick was talking about, the culture. And I
Hmm.
think this was not just shots at Drake, but it's a Wayne thing. It's because he has something negative to say. A little baby thing. It could be a Young Thug thing. It can be any other Nicki
Whoever
Minaj, whoever isn't one using your voice,
platform.
your platform for the culture, and then have a problem when someone else does, or say that it's boring or whatever other like it can be boring, but life ain't always gonna be shits and giggles because clearly these white men is trying to take every kind of shits and giggle that we can have away
That
and put us
seems
back on
like
some kind of farm.
because what I'm not going back.
Mm.
I'm gonna be like them ancestors that jumped into the fucking ocean. Okay. Um, but it's so funny that you say that because we think about like they arrested Billie Holiday when she was in a hospital for strange fruit. Like music back in the day, they was calling for y'all to
Mm-hmm.
like wake the hell up. What's going on? Like, hello.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be like that.
And
After this performance, I was like, they need to protect Kendrick Lamar because
yeah,
we done seen what they done did to our leaders.
but well, yeah. And it's also like we've been so what's the word I'm
Brainwash.
looking for? Maybe it's brainwashed. Um, I don't want to. I almost said neutralized. We ain't neutralized. We ain't gone. But like just so numb to losing our people. Since they killed all of our leaders. They killed all of our civil rights leaders on purpose, so that if anyone else tried to rebel, the next person that tries is going to get taken out too. So if they do something to any of these musical artists that try to take a stand, I don't know that a lot of the people in this country are going to do anything or are ready to or willing to. Because if we can't even say that that was a performance that was revolutionary, I've woken up, I need to do X, Y, Z, then
They
yeah,
they were looking for Kenny to entertain them, kind of like Usher did,
yeah,
or who was before, or Rihanna,
Rihanna.
whoever else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, even Beyonce when she was up there, we forgot it was Coldplay's Super Bowl halftime because it was Bruno and Beyonce
Okay.
wore the Michael Jackson thing for to represent Black Panthers. Okay,
And they ate her alive.
pissed, pissed. Not only that, Formation had just came out. They hated the
Mm-hmm.
fucking video. They was like, "Why do you need a police escort if you're protesting police?" Girl, please get off our
Mm.
necks. But they gonna learn.
Ooh.
They gonna learn because everybody. If you
Mm-hmm.
not a rich white man in America, oh baby, the farmers hella mad because y'all voted for Trump and now y'all funding gone.
I don't think they realize how many people they screwed over or are screwing over, excuse me, because it ain't
They
over.
don't. It's not over, and we got 4 years of this. So, but we're not here to talk about
Mm.
the felon or the
Yeah.
weirdo. Talk. What else
Um,
you got? Because I want to
okay,
talk
so
about.
we
Oh,
talked a
go
little
ahead.
bit about the X stage, right? About how I thought it was in jail. Um, and how
Okay,
it's the
so
only
I
one that he doesn't perform on top of.
I said that you boxed in like
Mm-hmm.
crabs in a barrel kind of.
Oh, interesting. Crabs in a barrel. Okay. Peekaboo.
Well, I really got boxed in
Hmm.
because
Okay.
it's he's inside of this big ass box
Yeah.
and he can't really go nowhere.
Yeah. Another thing that just crossed my mind when you
Hmm.
said boxed in was, how black people used to be the attractions at the zoo? because if you look like around the perimeter of the X, there's people. I think it's the dancers in red, the women that are
Oh,
around it, looking in the glass the entire time. And I couldn't quite figure out what it was, but I was like, is it jail, like visitation type glass, like they're looking in? But maybe it's that type of, you know?
oh, hold on. Never realized that. Yo, you be simple.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
They out there. Well, I'll be damned.
Just a just a thought. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Um,
that's okay. Oh, you made me think about, I forget the lady that was in London and she had like the big derriere and they basically had her
mm,
in a like locked in chains just for viewing.
yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I think she was from Africa.
Yeah. Yep. Hmm.
Okay.
Yep,
What
lots
else
of
you
that.
got, yeah?
So, I mean,
What
we're
else
getting to
you
the end.
got?
So, SZA. After SZA, I think I only have one more point. But so we switched to SZA coming out after Peekaboo, right?
Hmm.
And this is supposed to be the subdued version of Black people that America wants to see. Um, because
Or
right
want
after
them to
like
be, or the
this,
state they want them to be in.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also think about Luther. Luther is I'll say it's a sensual song. It's about, I mean, it could make it onto your little sensual playlist. Like it could talk, you could talk about, how they want us to procreate and continue to, fill them farms that we're supposed to be working on. But
Or
I think it's like
prisons.
that, especially that. But they ain't gotta have them if we just gonna legalize slavery again. But after, because after Sam says, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now that's
That's
what
what we
America
want.
wants." Like,
Yeah.
but it was very much, and if you, what I thought it was when Kendrick is walking from the X stage to the triangle stage, and the dancers are in that S, and they're like
Mhm.
walking, following him. That gives like fertilization of an egg type of thing, you know?
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say slavery.
Well, I was like, is that an S? Is the S for SZA? But I was like, why did they pull
This
back to
was
this
Solana.
angle? Because the spotlight creates like I guess a head of it, I guess, and then like the tail, with the S, and then walking. But yeah, S for Solana, SZA,
Or sperm. Shit.
yeah, yeah,
Why do you think SZA was the only one in red?
the only girl in red
Yeah. On that
or on that
stage.
stage. Honestly, I don't know. I,
Yo! Wait a minute.
I mean, women fertilize egg.
I'm just thinking about the sperm thing that you said because he's in the spotlight. He has a sperm. Oh
Hmm.
my God.
Yeah, and that's probably why she's
Okay.
in red too.
Wait, wait for that.
Just like, I mean, just the whole like, if you're thinking
Now
about
she ready to
like,
get. She's
yeah,
on a triangle.
yeah. And then the dancers on the All the Star stage are in red and white, and like, I mean, just kind of further extends that same point of, you know,
Okay, because I took her being in all red as like heart, as like love,
mm,
as a black woman, like they're the heart of the community.
mm, that's solid. That's a good, yeah. Well, yes, absolutely.
It's okay, but then when they went into all of the stars, right? They're walking in a continuous circle. So my thought was rat race hamster wheel.
Mm, yes.
Cause like when hamsters get in the wheel, they don't go nowhere.
Hmm.
Just a
Yep.
continuous. That was my thoughts on that.
Well,
What?
mind
But
you. Drake's verse, not the Kendrick's verse on All the Stars can be
Is it?
taken as a Drake diss.
It is.
And we know that Drake is just on that whole rat race. He's in the cycle with UNV and these record companies. Like, and I say cycle, I mean most artists that want to get out, by the point that they've reached in Drake's career, they are creating their own label. They've
Mm,
signed multiple artists, or they've got people from that like worked with before that are now independent that they've signed. Like they're like leveling up their careers, like Kendrick is doing, even though Kendrick is a younger artist
hmm.
in age and in terms of how long he's been in the industry compared to Drake. So yeah, that absolutely makes sense. Mm. What were you looking at just now? What'd you notice?
I'm trying to count, 'cause in all the stars you can see the lamps,
Mm.
the lamps. I was trying to see how many people's on there. But anyway,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
what did I say? I don't know. I think we pretty much covered it all.
Did we get
Revolution,
the last of TV off?
master. Okay,
So
what you got?
the performer that pulled out that split Sudanese Palestinian flag, right?
Hmm.
And I think we talked about this ourselves, but I just want to like make this parallel out loud. Like you can see him jump off the stage. Well, I don't think you can see it off stage, but like you can see the flag being held on stage, and like he's waving it,
Hmm.
and the camera's going in a circle. The next time you see him, he's just running around, like being chased, and then the camera keeps panning. The next time
Hmm.
you see him, he's being like tackled or like chased, and like they're like on him. And then I think it comes back like one more time. It's gone. Like he's gone. The flag is gone. Everybody that was chasing him is gone. I think that was like, even though I don't even know if it was planned or not, it wasn't. But it's just a really perfect representation of like, one, the revolution won't be televised, but will it? Because we just saw what happened. But two, the land of the free, the land of the censored, freedom of what? Like everything that America really is showed in that part of the performance of we aren't really free. We can't do what we want. We can't say what we want to say because this is what happens when you do. You get chased down by producers and security and tackled and banned from the NFL for the rest of his life. So, what
This
planned or not, perfect.
this performance is going to be studied for a good long time.
Hmm.
But I want to ask you something because hold on.
Oh Lord.
Because I know you were talking about how the middle part is a loading bar, right? But I took it to be like the yard, like at a jail or like the street.
Mm.
That was the
Mm.
concept I got from it.
That makes sense too. Because like when they get out of the GMX, they ended up coming down onto like the little, and it is like that's perfect because the way that the stages are set, like they're at the corners, like if it was like a, yeah, hmm,
Or like a block.
yeah, that's
Hmm. It's so much.
so many things to consider.
Oh, I know what else I was going to say
I think
about the
I might have wrote
girls in
down mine.
white.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was thinking about, I thought each woman in the white represented like someone Drake talked to or dated. But then I thought about, and I was listening to Don't Hurt Yourself from Beachella, and
Mm,
I thought about when she played the Malcolm X speech. The most disrespected person in America is a black woman. The most
mm-hmm.
unprotected person in America is a black woman, and the most neglected person in America is a black woman. I think I think because we look at Not Like Us as a diss track, but really in this moment he's dissing America, right?
Mm,
And I think it is very profound that he has for white women who has already been deemed they're the most unprotected, neglected
Hmm.
in America. So this is his way of protecting them and dissing America at the same time. So not like us, people that haven't thought about it, they're just thinking like, oh, he dissing Drake again. No, he's dissing
Yep.
America. I mean, he's
Yeah.
been doing his whole performance, but now he's really dissing y'all. And I think another thing that I caught when he did the Say Drake, and he like kind of turned his head, it kind
Hmm.
of gave me, I don't want to say puppeteer or like puppet master or something like that, but it gave me like character of like black people back in the day, and maybe like
Mm.
those shows. I can't put a name to it, but it kind of gave me that.
Oh, I'm thinking. Oh, I think I know what you're saying. Like a picture of someone like came to my mind when you said that, but I don't know like what.
I don't know. I would have to study
Hmm.
those old the shows. Kind of like they didn't have like talking. They just had like music playing, black
Hmm.
and white. It gave me that kind of thing.
Like it's not a minstrel show. Um,
I don't
cause
know.
yeah. Hmm.
But that's when he kind of turned his head like that. It yes, he was speaking to America, but it reminded me of like some old show in black and white.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
I think that was
Mm.
one. I do have another question for you. Have you
Hmm.
realized? I don't know who performed. I think the performance before Rihanna was Dre and
The
Snoop,
yeah.
right? But have you
Yep.
noticed every Super Bowl after that, they've all been in like red and white? Because Usher
I
was in
didn't
white.
notice because I don't remember Usher's.
Usher was in white, I
Hmm.
think. Usher
Yeah,
was
I
in
look.
white. Alicia
I
was
watched
in
Usher's
red.
one. She was in red. I do remember that because that note mess
Rihanna
up
was in
was in red,
Rihanna.
and her dancers were in all white. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
Hmm.
And see, I thought Rihanna's was in red and white for the same reason that the All the Star stage was in red and white, like furthering the whole fertility argument type thing, because she was pregnant at the time.
Right.
Like I thought she was doing like the overarching theme was like a whole pregnancy announcement because it was a lot of the songs were just about like finding love and like a whole journey like that, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But that's my thought about that stage. But I need to watch Usher's now because I didn't really realize that.
Yeah, he in all white.
I
And
wonder if
Alicia
it's
was
a
in red.
visual. I wonder if it's a visual thing now, because like,
It
um,
could be.
because red and green, like, because obviously like the turf, like red's gonna stand out because they're opposite on that color wheel. Is that
Mm.
right?
Don't ask me about that. I don't know.
But
Possibly.
then, but then Kendrick wasn't.
He had all of them. Red, white, and blue. And Alicia was all red.
Well,
That sounded weird.
he was in mostly blue though. Like he was in a lot of blue. Kendrick in a black shirt. So like, hmm. But no, you. I mean, it's a good. Hmm. I wonder next year with like what's gonna happen and what they gonna wear.
Because I think Usher's was the first one that was under the well
Apple
no,
Music.
yeah. But also Usher ended off in black and
Mm.
blue.
Mm-mm. Rihanna was the first Apple Music one.
She
I
was.
yeah, it was Rihanna. But still, why? Well, even still, like that makes it a better argument, you know? Hmm. Interesting. Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't
I have
know.
no more notes for Mr. Lamar at the moment. That was
I wanted I see I had a another topic I wanted to discuss, but I kinda wanted to go in depth and we do not have a lot of time. So I might have to bring you back to the podcast.
Hmm.
Would you how do you feel about when he said Um, the revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
I liked it. I
Comma, but
no. I liked it. I'll say that should be a period. The only thing about it is he got to be careful. Like to your point, like protect him because people are gonna hear that and think, "Oh, you gonna be doing something, Kendrick?" And I think what you were just saying, this whole thing is to America, and picking the wrong guy isn't necessarily saying it's Kendrick. I think it's supposed to be like all of us. Like you got the wrong ones, period.
we're not our
And
ancestors.
yeah,
Mm,
and I think it's that, but I don't know. It's kind of hard because the revolution has not been televised. Has been not only a like solid revolutionary line, but like that's been used in hip hop a lot too. So I wonder what's to come. Or was he just speaking specifically about Drake in that instance with what's to come with UMG and how all of that will shake out? Or is he speaking politically too? Because no, I feel like if these lawsuits are going to continue, no matter what, it's going to be a lot that shakes out bad for artists because Drake pretty much saying y'all can't be, I don't know, boosting these people's streams when they was doing that for you. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
is it true?
So yeah.
But allegedly.
What about you? What's your thoughts on it? Because I take it both ways, honestly.
I didn't even think about UMG and Drake. I given Kendrick's like discography and people saying quote unquote woke.
Mhm.
I don't think that he's gonna go out and like do anything, but I do think that he will be a voice, and he has been a voice, and I don't think that's going to change. So after that performance, I'm like, yeah, protect him at all costs,
Mhm.
at all costs. But that's just my
Because
thoughts.
we can't go without him.
Oh no, that would be a whole riot for real. And I think
Mhm.
he is what we need in hip hop because most people won't speak on stuff like that. They give us like liquor, shootings,
Women,
women,
sex,
drugs.
money.
Like
Yep.
there's more to black people. Like there's so many people before us that have black people that have created things. Like we're still learning about black women, like hidden figures. Like we're still
Mhm.
learning about black people and like what they used to do and like how they came about. Um, so yeah, he I definitely
Yeah.
think that he is needed. Even in his hidden messages, we're still finding stuff and what it could mean and to what. So, hmm,
But isn't that's why I like music though because it's like personally I don't ever I almost never listen to an album one time. So like it's good to go back and listen to something and hear something new again, you know? Like it's like when you watch a movie the second time, you're like, wait, I didn't notice this. Or it's like they did do this at in that part of the movie. That's why that it's like you learn so much or you hear something, or like you step back for a couple of years, let life happen, you come back to an album, it's just like this whole album's meaning has changed for me because I've lived a little bit more, I've seen a little bit more, and it's like oh, this is a racist. He's talking about racism right here. He's talking about how you need to go back and help the homeless right here because he has lyrics about giving money back to the homeless as well. Like to your point about like Kendrick being needed in hip hop, a lot of American values, like what they say, he's rapped about like Christian values, helping people that are in need, ending violence. A lot of other people ain't doing that. And for him to get hate, it's like, do you really listen to like the lyrics, or are you just like you mad that there's a black man in front of you talking about being better and being better probably than you? Yeah. to the white people. Excuse me. Okay.
And all I know is I've seen this video and this interview with her was like, if Jesus was in front of you right now, would like he was like, would you let him in the country or something like that? And the man's like, yeah, and the lady's like, if he has all of his paperwork, and I'm like, girl, it's Jesus. They just don't know
They
Jesus is
don't
a black
care.
man. He is a black Middle Eastern type man with nigga hair.
Hmm. And
Okay,
look, even if
so
he wasn't black, they would say he looks like a Muslim, an Arab, a Palestinian, something that they don't like for
a
whatever
Middle
other
Eastern.
reason,
Hmm.
and he's not welcome here.
But the
Because
fact
didn't
that you
Trump
said
do a ban on them countries last time he was in office, like a travel ban or something? Please believe that Jesus wouldn't even be allowed to enter this country. Crazy.
Jesus of all people, the same,
Crazy.
but you a Christian though.
Yeah.
That's ghetto. Okay. I don't know. Some people were saying that Kendrick's performance was like a sister to Beyonce's Christmas one. Did you hear
Mm.
those? Any thoughts on it?
Think in the way that they are both propaganda. We're gonna use that term loosely because propaganda don't gotta be like outright. I love my country. My country is the greatest, but like it is like a little bit of propaganda because you still have the overt American themes like the red, white, and blue. Even some of the lyrics, whether it's Beyonce's or Kendrick's, it's like it's still American life. The Black American life particularly has been so what's the word I'm looking for? Lusted after that it's like it may not be propaganda in the traditional sense, but it is still some propaganda. And I think because they are both like of the same vein, so creative, they are in sync with one another that I think their performances are siblings, cousins, whatever, because it's like you you need to study them a little bit to understand the message, but their messages are pretty similar. Like the Black American life, the Black American dream, struggle, successes, um, all come from us. Oh, maybe not Black American. The American dream, success, all of that come from Black Americans, and we pay for it with our lives, with everything else to build, to I don't know, to fight. It's in the gang culture. It's in like everything that we've done, and you don't get that like just from hearing the snippets of the song that they perform, but if you listen to all the songs that they performed in totality, like you get the full message of like this is what Beyonce is talking about, and this is what Kendrick is talking about. Yeah, they cousins. They cousins. They related somehow. Yeah. What's your thought? How do you like? They're very different performances. Like Kendrick's was more. I'd
I,
say Beyonce's was more covert. Kendrick's was more like overt. Like the American stuff was in your face regardless, but like you listen to the lyrics and you can hear the like how Kendrick has disdain for America. You hear Beyonce's and you're like, oh, this sounds like it's so beautiful because it's Beyonce singing. That's why it's beautiful. But she hate this country too.
and she didn't come out with American Requiem because she really put y'all niggas on blast, especially the
Okay.
CMA. So stop playing
Okay.
with her. I feel like Kendrick when you talked about the flag, I thought about the representation of the black bodies making up the flag and
Hmm.
how America really is built on the back of black people. Um, Not only that, it made me think about. I remember hearing that black people actually like sewn together the American flag.
Mm.
Yeah, I believe I heard it somewhere. I need to fact check it, but
I mean, I believe it.
we sewed together that flag. Well, our
But they
ancestors.
didn't have
So
no skills.
they didn't
So
even know how to bathe until we showed them. But they was out there dying
true.
in Europe, so whatever.
Yeah.
In regards to Beyonce's, um, I think it was weird that she didn't have any blue in her performance, but I felt like she gave a nod, of course, to the South,
Hmm.
and her culture that they was telling her that she's not country enough, and maybe she is. Um, but I always think that Kendrick says it with his words, even if you catch it or not. Beyonce's gonna give
Hmm.
it in the images, her visuals. That's
Yeah.
why we want her visuals.
Yep.
She's gonna give it to you. She's gonna put it in her words, but more so visually, so you can catch it, so you know
Hmm.
what the freak is going on.
Yeah. And I like when they work together because you can tell that there's like a meshing of the two that like works out so perfectly.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she done did Freedom and
They have another song together too.
America Has a Problem remix
Drake. Drake diss.
and America in general.
Yep. America has a problem and it's a Canadian. Yep.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I
They have another song together too,
am.
don't they?
All I know is Freedom and America Has a Problem remix.
Maybe I'm tripping.
I do know that B has a song with Drake from her self-titled, but he
Oh,
also wrote on
he's on the Alpha Beats album.
the Who?
Nile. The song Nile on The Gift.
Oh, The Gift. I forgot about that. That was a good album too. That was
I've
very
never
powerful
listened to it.
messaging. Have you seen Black is King?
I've started it.
It's
I ain't
actually
finished it.
really good. I liked Black is King. I put some of the songs on my affirmation playlist. Spirit Bigger and Brown Skin Girl. And I
Oh,
think My
I ain't gonna
Power
lie.
too.
I hated Brown Skin Girl. That song was everywhere. Oh, that song was
Uh,
everywhere.
it's not for you.
Mm-mm.
It's
It's
not.
not. That's
It's not.
yeah. But My Power and Black Parade. I love Black Parade.
Oh, I love Black Parade. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good. And what's the one with Danny Glover on it? God damn it.
Yeah. I can't think of the name of that song, but I've only heard it a couple of times.
Hold on.
I'm gonna revisit it, the whole thing.
Black is King is good. I liked it. Let me see if I can find the
Brown
name of that song
skin
real quick.
girl. I can't
Sing
believe
just
I forgot
like
all about that song.
you. Move Forever.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that song too. Lord,
Move
that girl got
Forever.
anthems.
She got hit. Beyonce has really been working all these years that she's been in the business.
How long has it been? 30 years
It,
almost. 30 years next year.
yeah. I just I went
Yeah.
back and listened to Work It Out. I used to couldn't stand Work It Out, but it's my song now.
I honestly, it, I don't know that there isn't a song that like DC or Beyonce has released that's like I hated at one point that they've all grown on me if I didn't like it at one point, except for All Up in Your Mind.
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
Don't like it. It's not gonna grow on me.
It wasn't. It wasn't just. I skip it every time. Like that's the
And
only song on Renaissance that I skip.
yeah, I try like sometimes I'm like okay it's nice today, but most times yeah.
How was it? How was it live though? You still
Oh, I
didn't
didn't
like
see
it
it
live?
live. She only did it in certain cities.
Oh,
That was one of
oh,
the big three with Drunken Love. So yeah, I was fine not seeing it. I didn't like the live performance anyway. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like Thick either, at least live.
sick.
Mm.
It was bounce.
Yeah, deep.
No.
But Renaissance was my gym workout album for a little bit, like for a while. So I would skip it. I would skip All Up in Your Mind because it didn't like mesh well with my workout a lot of the times.
I'm still trying to figure out my favorite song on that album. It
From
has to be
Renaissance or from
from
The
Renaissance.
Gift? Oh, oh, that's easy. Virgo's Groove for me.
No, I love Virgo's Groove. I love
The
Virgo. See now
vocals.
with I feel like that album is the if I knew how to skate, that would be the perfect album to go skating to.
That's yeah. You know
Every
what?
song, even Church Girl. If I could twerk, I would be twerking and skating.
That is a great album. I might go run that tonight.
And I think I'm about to let you go because we're gonna run out of
Oh,
time. I think people don't like
oh,
Howard Carter because it's not as dancey as Renaissance, and it's not supposed to be.
yeah. Which I think that's also why she wanted to start with Cowboy Carter as Act One. Um,
Mm.
and then like go to something a little bit more dancey. Well, actually, I wonder if she was gonna go like Renaissance last, you know? And but she said
Hmm.
like the people needed to dance, so she released Renaissance first. But Cowboy Carter could have definitely been first. Um, and then because it makes sense too, like progression wise, like you go from country to rock into Renaissance,
Dance.
because like history wise, like that's how the timing of it went. And then also like if we're talking about, and it's funny we're leaving through it right now, like I feel like rock music represents a revolution a lot more. So like if that's the next thing and we're gonna be going through a revolution, if that's what we're talking about, Kendrick, then a country album to like America, We Hate You, Y'all Need to Get You Together, Revolution happens, the rock album happens, and then we end on Renaissance, which is like it's all over, have fun, party, dance, you know? That's my theory on what I thought she was like the sequencing of the act, how it should actually be done. But
Well, now that you say that, because when you listen to when you finish listening to Cowboy Carter and you play Renaissance, it connects with the little beat
hmm
at the end.
she,
Beyonce.
yeah. And I bet she's gonna
And
do Act Three the same way, where it's like you can play them in any order, no matter what, and it still makes some sense.
that artistry. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get on that type of yeah.
But
Okay.
she's 30 years in, so I got some work to do.
No, she don't have no more work to do. That's why she only got a few damn shows.
No, I'm saying I got some work to do.
Yeah. Oh my
That is,
God, you're gonna be 30 this year. We'll talk about that in part two because I'm gonna have to bring you back. I'll have to bring you back on if you want to.
period. Okay, I'm down.
I would tell you to shout out your I feel like I'm talking like I would tell you to shout out your socials, but you trying to disappear, so ain't no point.
Yeah, I don't even be on socials. I'm on TikTok, but I don't post nothing. I'm on Instagram, but
He just
not
go up there to
really.
drag people.
Oh yeah, yeah. Forgot about
Yeah, I was hollering. But
that.
that's private. That's private. Well, thank you for coming on the
Of
pod and
course.
spending time with me. I don't know if you can hear this, but can you hear this?
hmm
You hear the
Yeah.
clapping? I
No.
can't hear it. No.
No.
You hear
Mm-mm.
that? Okay. It don't matter. But thank you for coming on the pod.
Of
And if you ever
course.
want to come on, just be like, hey, I just want to get on and talk shit. Come on.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Um, unless you want to start your own, just to, start criticizing.
Well, here's what I'm thinking I want to do, and I should have done it today while I had the day off, but I just ran errands and slept. I want
That's
to
fine.
review that Drake album.
I'm not listening to it. Cause,
Me- I'm already gonna.
cause
I know I'm gonna drag it.
where
I've
has
heard
Party
snippets,
been?
and
Where has Party been all these years?
And Party at the party playing with his nose now. You know where he been.
And now you just he doing remember no he doing exactly what Drake said that he went down to Atlanta to do, and that no
And there's certain artists in
Party.
Atlanta that love, that don't care because they want the Drake stimulus package, little baby.
Mm,
But yeah,
I don't even know if I should edit this podcast and just let it run. But if it's something that we talk about that you want me to cut, let me know.
I don't, whatever. I don't care. I don't know these people.
You right. You know what? I want to be like you when I grow up. I think I'm learning from 2024. It's take nothing personal, cause I don't know these niggas.
Yeah. At the end of the day, and it's like my paths are never gonna cross with most of these people ever again anyway.
True, true.
So yeah, you
I
got bigger
think
goals.
so.
You got bigger plans. So screw them.
Yeah, that's true. I just pray if I make it big, I can take you with me, even though you want to be in hiding.
Yeah, ducked off.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas though,
That's true. Every 2 years, like Kendrick.
because Kendrick really be chilling. Like even when he dropped all those diss tracks, the album, he hasn't done not one interview until his halftime show when he did
Yeah,
the Apple
he
Music
interviewed
thing.
with SZA, but it's
That
SZA.
ain't nothing, right?
Like y'all probably already hanging out. That was probably like the break after they were working on songs together. Like so. Yeah, I love that though. Like you chill, you do your work, and you go home.
He said, "I just come clock in, do my work, clock out."
hmm
I'm trying to be with my kids and my
Yeah,
fiance.
and look, he said in one of them diss songs, "My life ain't rap." You know,
That is
I have family to raise.
that is. You want to the tour?
I thought about that this morning. I was like, if the funds look right, I will go to that tour and Beyonce. But if I'm only picking one, I am going to the Beyonce
Really?
because I will go see Kendrick by himself. I'm not pressed to see SZA. I know she can't sing live, so I'm good.
It's time for us to go.
Or excuse me,
Well,
I know
we
that
should
her
cut the room.
vocals are not as strong live. You know?
Okay, and that's fair. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Con, thank you for
Yeah.
spending
Thanks
time
for
with
having
me.
me.
It was enjoyable. Happy Black History Month. I forgot to tell
Yes.
you that.
Happy
Shout
Black
out to
History
Black
Month.
people. Um, yeah. We will
Wow.
see you next time. We will see you next time.
Thanks for having me. Round of applause for you.
Thank you. And whenever you want to come back, let me know.
Will do.
All right.
Yes.
Have a
Thank
good one.
you. You too. We made
Clapping for
it.
you. What?
I'm doing
Oh,
the deaf
that's a
round of
jazz
applause.
hand. Oh.
No, this is sign language claps. You want me to leave, or you want to just end the recording? I don't know if you wanted to talk about anything.
I can start the recording. Hold on.